What's all good, my people? My first guest is, of course, the host of Real Time with Bill Maher, which returns next Friday on HBO. Please welcome Bill Maher. Thanks so much for being here.
You are nothing if not a showman.
Yes, yes.
After that song the writers called, they said it's off. The strike is over.
If nothing will get this thing over with, it's me singing.
We give.
Yeah, exactly. Now, so much to talk about. You are tailor-made for these times.
Really?
Iowa caucus, yes, you are. Last night, incredible news.
It is.
This campaign is finally starting to feel like it is upon us. There's this incredible build-up, and now it's here.
And also, I mean, every 4 years there is a campaign. This is a historic campaign. What happened last night is pretty new. A black man winning in Iowa. That's
pretty.
People love Iowa. Listen to the applause. But that is, I mean, for a white middle America to embrace a black man like that, he is the Halle Berry of politics at this point. He is. They finally found a black guy they want to kiss.
Yeah, yeah. Well, there's so much to talk about. Let's talk about everybody. First, we'll start with the Democrats. Hillary Clinton. What are your thoughts?
Well, that's a bad night for her.
Yeah.
I mean, and you know, look, a lot of people don't like her from the get-go. How many people don't like Hillary Clinton? See, that's a lot.
I like that when people say they don't like her, they woo. Woo!
Yeah.
Is how you now show distaste, yeah.
Republicans could not hate her anymore if she snuck in from Mexico.
Right. True. If she did that, it would be hard to hate her more, yeah.
I think it's 52% of the population says they will not vote for her under any circumstance. Because there's one thing Republicans will not put up with, and that's competence. But I mean, I feel bad. I feel bad for her. She wasn't my first choice for this job, but you know, I think she suffered from the fact that she is so well known to begin with, and this campaign goes on for so long. This has been going on for a year already. So people, it's not that they hate her so much; they're just sick of people.
Right.
And
do you think that Clinton, the association with Bill Clinton, helps her or hurts her? No one can ever figure that out.
People like Bill Clinton. They liked what he did, but on the other hand, they feel there's a lot of baggage there. I mean, she herself said he is a hard dog to keep on the porch. So
a loving sentiment for a husband.
I think people feel like if you're going to bring the Clintons back, it's purely for entertainment value.
It would be entertaining.
Because I saw that Al Gore movie, and I feel like the earth is toast anyway. So we might as well go down being entertained. And what could be more entertaining than watch him cheat again? I mean, come on, he was getting some sex when he was president. You'd think when he's had time on his hands, he's not been... So...
There's more opportunity, is what you're saying.
I mean, come on. He's, you know, so he would probably do it again. Then he'd get thrown out of the White House.
Right.
Cue Chris Tucker and the funniest buddy comedy since Wedding Crashers. I think that's a natural.
It's already been written. It hasn't been written, but it will be when the strike's over. A writer's thinking about it, but not writing it. Barack Obama, you brought him up. Let's talk about Barack Obama.
Well, like I say, that's a huge sea change in American politics for a guy to do that. I also think that America has a tendency to think that we are more racially advanced than we ever are at a certain moment. We learn that when things happen, like the riots in L.A., like the O.J. verdict. We always think we're more progressive than we are. I know this because I remember, even in the 90s, walking into restaurants in Los Angeles, a pretty progressive city, holding hands with a black girl, and all the heads would turn. Now, granted, it was RuPaul, but still, I think that says a lot about...
So an attractive man. John Edwards. What about John Edwards?
You know what? I thought he had the best message. You know, I like him a lot. Thank you.
Clearly, he's really catching on with this crowd.
He's got a supporter.
Yeah.
You know, I thought, but you know, his wife said something interesting. She said that we shouldn't really vote for Hillary Clinton because that would leave the Republicans with their chief motivation. She said all they would have, I mean, the Democrats better not nominate Hillary because then the Republicans would have the motivation of Clinton hatred, which I think is very unfair to Republicans, because let's not forget, they also hate gays. the poor, immigrants, scientists, the French, foreigners in general, Hollywood, Massachusetts, and anyone who busts them on being self-loathing homosexual. So I think there's a lot of hatred to go around, not just...
I like how you threw the French in there, too.
Oh, they hate them.
Everyone throws the French in. Let's take a break. We'll have more with Bill Maher in a second. Stick around. We're back. I'm sitting here with Bill Maher, who's making sense of it all for me. Let's talk about the Republicans now. We did not discuss
I'd love to talk about the Republicans.
Okay, let's talk about Mitt Romney. What about Mitt Romney?
Well, Mitt Romney's an interesting case. It's funny, the Christian hillbillies who make up the base of the Republican Party. You have a very sensitive crowd for people who are not really Christian hillbillies.
That's not true. There's a whole section.
Right.
Yeah.
They did love that song.
They've got the Bibles and the XXX jug with them.
Yeah. But they first thought that their guy was Fred Thompson, but he proved to be too retarded even for them. So then they moved on to Mitt Romney, but then they found out he was a Mormon. And, you know, so Mitt Romney had to make a speech about religion, which was compared to Kennedy's speech in 1960.
Where he declared his Catholicism was not an issue. That's
exactly.
What he said.
And, you see, his speech was nothing like Mitt Romney's speech. What Kennedy said was, religion will play no part in my administration. That's my private life. That's not what Mitt Romney said. Mitt Romney said, look, I believe in something completely crazy, just like you do. What's important is that we're all religious and we believe in something completely irrational that's completely bad. Excuse my French. And, you know, politicians always try to say that you can reconcile faith and science, and you can't. Excuse me. You can't be a rational person 6 days of the week and put on a suit and make rational decisions and go to work and on one day of the week go to a building and think you're drinking the blood of a 2,000-year-old space god. That doesn't make you a person of faith. Thank you very much. That makes you a schizophrenic.
Well, no, I don't know. If anyone who's religious, you're saying anyone who's religious is a schizophrenic.
Well, yes, sort of, because they have walled off a part of their mind. Do you believe in a talking snake?
No, not a talking snake.
Okay, well, then you're not a religious person. Mike Huckabee, who won the Iowa caucus, does not believe in evolution, and he's not that sure about gravity.
I don't remember him saying that about gravity.
Well, do you believe in evolution?
Do I believe in evolution? Yes, I do.
Right. He thinks the world is 6,000 years old.
Yeah.
Senator Robert Byrd is 8,000 years old. So, you know, I don't know what is so hard for people to say about the next world. I don't know. Just say, I don't know. I don't know what eternity is like. But I saw Rush Hour 3, so I know what it feels like.
Now, we don't have a ton of time left, but I have to ask you about, we're going to skip ahead to the Bush legacy, okay? Now, I'm just guessing your opinions on George W. Bush. I take a wild shot that you're not his most ardent fan. What do you think his legacy will be?
Well, it'll be crap, of course. And was there ever a more Jesusified president? And has he ever walked through a more disastrous 2 terms? You know, it's funny. He flatters himself that people in the future will think he was a great man. It's just us mere mortals in the present who can't get it.
Right. You know, he says with time his legacy will...
He's the Van Gogh of presidents. You know, never sold one in his lifetime. He said he was trying to defend his legacy recently, and he said, they're still debating our first president. No, they're not. Who's debating whether George Washington was a great president? He's on the one. They named the Capitol after him. He's on Mount Rushmore. I think the jury is in on this guy. I really do.
Right. He really thinks they're still wrestling over the George Washington thing?
Well,
yeah.
it helps his cause.
You're going to be giving these opinions and more on your show, which is back. That's
Yes.
right. Real Time with Bill Maher
So
returns.
glad to be back, yes.
Next Friday at 11 p.m. on HBO.
That's true.
And thank you very much for
All right,
being here.
cowboy,
And
you keep singing.
I will. Sharing your
Thank
views.
you very much.
Bill Maher, everybody. We'll take a break. When we come back, Jim Cramer's here, and he's sedated. We'll see you in a second.